It's Madden NFL 22, and today's clash of conferences is just moments away. It's the Bengals and the Rams, and it comes your way next.
We are pleased, as always, to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Los Angeles Rams. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. CD, everybody loves to see the deep ball. We know that. We got a couple of quarterbacks here who can really sling it. Joe Burrow of the Bengals, Matthew Stafford of the Rams.
I like your point there, partner, because it is back in vogue. And what I mean is taking the shots downfield, because for a long time in this league, it was all about precision passing, the West Coast offense. But now we've got a couple of guys here who'll take some shots downfield, and they have some receivers who can go get it.
And off we go from SoFi Stadium. Brandon Wilson now from his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Here come the Bengals, and CD, of course, it's Joe Burrow out of LSU at quarterback.
And when you come into the league as the #1 guy selected, a lot of hype comes with it, and sometimes that weight can be unbearable. But this young man, he took that weight on and handled it as well as you can imagine. And I love his ability to make a second, third reaction play and create downfield.
On 2.
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
At the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Burrow, open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play call to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early, because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Here's Burrow. And the Rams got it. They bring him down. Leonard Floyd. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. He was still looking through his progressions and going through his receiver options, and while he was doing that, the defense got to him quickly in the pocket.
And it was a great example of zone coverage. Well executed, well coordinated. All the receivers were covered, and he couldn't evade the rush back in the pocket.
So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw. They'll drop to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. Oh, a leap and he will make the catch. And great yardage here all the way deep into Los Angeles territory. A big play there for Cincinnati. If there was one knock on Joe Burrow coming out of LSU, it was arm strength, but kind of put those doubts to rest right there.
Well, one way or the other, you knew they'd have to push the ball downfield on 3rd and long, but I'm not sure the defense was expecting to push it that far downfield. Their math didn't add up, but it certainly did for the offense.
From the red zone now, here's Burrow 1st down. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
Well behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 18. Here's a give to Mixon. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Now it's Burrow. He'll drop this one down to Mixon. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 5 yards, not enough. And it'll be 4th down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
So on 4th down, off goes Burrow. On comes Evan McPherson for the Bengal field goal. This from 36 yards out. McPherson's kick is good. And the Bengals are on the board first here. It's 3-0. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
Here's McPherson now to send it away. Powell now to take it out of the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. The Rams offense ready. They're backed up to start their initial drive. They'll be led out by a former Pro Bowl quarterback out of the University of Georgia, Matthew Stafford.
And Matthew Stafford was taken 1st overall in the 2009 draft, and he certainly played like a top pick throughout his career. He's been one of the most prolific passers in the league, and there's no reason to believe he's going to slow down his production anytime soon. Not only that, he's also one of the tougher quarterbacks in the league as well.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Stafford now to throw. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. A shotgun snap for Stafford. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled.
Nice job, nice patience right there. Put him on the right side, let him work his way across, put the ball in his hands, and let him work his way upfield with a catch.
Now a first down throw. Stafford. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. Three 0 after one on EA Sports. The Rams with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 2nd down and 2 coming up. Again, it's Stafford. And he spots Henderson open left side. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. 2 first downs have them up to the 41 now for 1st and 10. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes.
Back him up.
There for the sack, B.J. Hill.
Well, I think that time he just maybe held on to it a little too long, CD, because after a couple of seconds in this league, you know those defenders are coming.
And how many times do we talk about complementary football? We're usually talking about, does the offense help the defense? Does the defense help the offense? I think in this case, does the quarterback help out his offensive line? You only have a certain amount of time to get rid of the football. They can only do so much. On this play, he took them to the limits.
57.
Another try after the first down sack. Stafford.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
You definitely would like to have hit on that one, because now you've got a 3rd and long showing up, and you just know defense is going to be getting after it. They are pinning their ears back, and they are coming.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Stafford.
He'll check this down to Akers out of the backfield.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Call it a pickup of 3, and also now likely a punt on their opening drive.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
4th down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. Back deep, Trent Taylor. That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their 2nd drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And past the 40. Throws out of bounds.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Burrow going to fake to Mixon and now look to throw. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A big connection on that one. 37 yards.
I think this defense is still trying to recover from that last play, so you wonder if they were ready for this one. You have to imagine their defensive coaches are yelling at them to get focused, because if they don't, more plays like that will result in giving up points.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. A handoff to Mixon. A strong broken tackle on that one. And then they get him to the ground just shy of the 15. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down.
And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
I like the call. Inside the red zone, running the toss. Why? They want to get to the edges. They want to see if guys who don't normally make a lot of tackles are willing to actually do that. That usually means the guy's in the cornerback position.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And Mixon not going to get there. Running into a wall here, and they'll stop him short. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today.
McPherson's kick is good. And they're able to double their lead in this first half. It's 6-0. So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goals probably not what they were hoping for.
Man, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
Here's McPherson now to send it away. On the return is Brandon Powell. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
Let's go.
So the Rams coming back onto the field, their 2nd drive of the game. They are still in search of their first points in the ball game, but only down 6-0 as they begin with a 1st down.
Mike, 55. Check, 55.
Here's Stafford. Going up top for Cup. And got his man complete. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. A big play that time through the air. 30 yards.
We always talk about the guy who paid off the play, don't we? Guy who caught it or ran it. But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field, pocket held up nicely. What a terrific job by the offensive line. The route well run, and the football right on the money.
So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. From the 50, Stafford.
That one tipped, and it's incomplete. But good hands there defensively. That's 2nd down.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back. unsuccessfully.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Stafford. And this is caught at the 20. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A big connection on that one. 31 yards. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Throwing is Stafford. Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
And the Rams are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taking them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Now Stafford.
That'll be swung out wide here for Henderson.
Touchdown, Rams. Darrell Henderson, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Rams have tied the game with the extra point to come. See, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And they take the lead here at 7-6. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away.
Brandon Wilson to return it. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Let's go.
Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
I'm one, ready?
Now Burrow on 1st down. Steps away to his left. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
Let's get set. Hey, Cam.
To throw again on 2nd down. Burrow. Pass incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Burrow will throw.
Open man, it's complete to Higgins. And he is going to have a Bengals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
I'm one, ready?
Throwing now, Burrow on first down. Got a man open, it's Chase. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A big play that time on the catch and run.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing again, it's Burrow. He gets this one to Boyd. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. It'll come from the right hash. It's a 47-yard attempt. McPherson's kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we have reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Bengals out in front. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome, everybody, to our abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. First, though, time for a check of the next-gen stats from that first half for Cincinnati. And even though they've got the lead, they're likely going over ways they can improve the running game, as they didn't find a whole lot of success in those first 2 quarters. Meanwhile, for the Rams, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football, and they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. The Rams set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail here as we resume play. Powell now to take it out of the end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Rams offense ready to begin quarter number 3. And they're on the short end of the scoreboard here. Charles, what adjustments, if any, do you think they need to make for the second half?
Well, paraphrasing the gold medal hockey winning coach Herb Brooks, I just say you continue to play your game. Throw the ball. They had success doing it in the first half, so make sure you keep getting the ball to your playmakers, a little bit more to the perimeter perhaps, but above all, play your game.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. To throw is Stafford. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Right now, the story of this game continuing to be the defenses, because the offenses, they're finding it difficult to establish any rhythm whatsoever.
I like how you come to us in praise of defense, Brandon, because that's exactly right. That was an incompletion force there, but we've seen it throughout this game. Both of these defense coordinators, they're a step ahead of their offensive counterparts.
Limited running room as he'll get about 3 to the 21.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Yellow 80! Yellow 80!
Throwing on third down, Stafford. He'll get this to Akers out of the backfield. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
55 is mine, guys. 55.
Stafford going to give this to Akers. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Well, in every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
49. What happened? 49 is mine. Let's go, dude.
2nd down, they'll go with Akers again. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Ready. Yellow 20. 49. You can't block me. You can't block me. You can't.
They'll try and run for this with Akers. And he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield.
Everyone understood their role on that play. 3rd and 1. You know, the defensive guys, they're trying to get down and get low and get leverage on the offensive lineman, but they didn't allow that to happen. They created a crease and allowed him to get through for a first down.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. On the give, this is Akers. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the past. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
They'll try the air now with Stafford. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. DJ Reader breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Set. 180. 55.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. DJ Reader, 2 plays in a row now that he has gotten in there for the sack, and it brings up 4th down.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sack.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this 2nd half. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10.
Here we go. Side. 80. There's high. 42. Side. Side.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. He's got his big tight end. That's Hurst. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Vision and speed, two of the attributes that you might say are important for a free safety, and we saw both in evidence there.
And that is a situation where in a defender's mind, you just have to pick a point on the football field and think to yourself, I'm going to sprint full out and meet him at that point. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but he had to play diagnosed perfectly there.
And the final clocking on the next-gen stats, look at this, 22.3 miles an hour was his top speed. First down, here's Burrow. He'll drop this one down to Mixon. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's been a good one so far, just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4. Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. To the right side and complete to Hurst. That catch good for only a couple. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Eight yards to go on 2nd down. Now it's Burrow. Again, that's Hurst. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
On 3rd and 1, Burrow. And that will be incomplete.
I know you feel that.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Burrow. Slant pass to Burrow. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first.
I can hear it right now that most people in our business are saying, why aren't they running the football? But I happen to agree with this strategy. They've had success all game long. I don't think they should go away from it. Too often, teams go into that protect mode and end up giving away the football. This team has stayed aggressive, and it's working out for them.
Mixon with a first down carry. Pretty nice, aggressive run there before being brought down just inside of the 30. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. Back to Mixon on second down. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down.
Face mask. Defense.
Well, all right, just call the call. We're going to play it. Come on now.
Boy, tight game like this, fourth quarter, personal foul penalties, a no-no.
Yeah, we know the emotions are running high, the tensions are the same. Who can control them best could ultimately win it.
So the penalty yards marched off on the face mask. Here's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Aaron Donald with a sack.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays. About a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. Another try after the first down sack. Burrow toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Now Burrow. And he comes back with one complete. Touchdown, Bengals. It's T. Higgins with a touchdown pass from Joe Burrow. And the Bengals add on to their lead. So a heck of a drive right there with the game potentially hanging in the balance.
A very good drive, and now conversion to make it a 2-score game and a solid lead.
Evan McPherson now for the PAT. And that makes it a 9-point game. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it ends with a Bengals score. So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. This fielded right at the goal line.
And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
Let's go, baby.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles.
And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the fourth quarter. This drive becomes very critical.
Blue 60. Watch the slant.
A carry by Henderson to start the drive. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a first down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
Any day.
So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. From the 25 on second down, Stafford.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
First down now, but that clock rolling.
50 seconds to Mike.
Stafford. He's going to let it fly. And this one is incomplete.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens in bounds.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Here I come. Here I come.
Now it's Stafford.
Completes this to Jefferson.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
This defense has certainly had an outstanding second half, haven't they? I know they just gave up a first down there, and for the offense, they're hoping that that's something that they can jumpstart with and maybe start to move the ball a little bit better. But it's been tough sledding for them here the entire second half.
Stafford now to throw. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Trey Hendrickson in there to drop him as that clock continues to run.
Exactly what they were looking for. They've been giving up yardage. They've been letting them drive right downfield, but they got a sack right there. How about that for a little bit of revenge?
Clock continuing to roll as the Rams try to get going again. Now Stafford. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Robinson. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Stafford barking out signals and trying to get his guys set quickly. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
And now defensively in the 2-minute drill, the big key to me, make sure you understand your assignments, and anytime you get a chance to tackle someone in bounds, get them on the ground.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. One last throw here for Stafford. One last shot at the end zone. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game. So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.